Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hoover. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso, salam alaikum, and welcome to the channel, y'all. Today we've got something vintage, and we've got something that's been sitting on my desk for at least 18 months, waiting and begging for me to do something with it. And it is this floor polisher. This was sent over from Australia by my father-in-law. So thank you very much to you, Neil. G'day to Australia, to Crystal and Mum, everybody. Hello. So this was sent over from Australia, and this is the Hoover model 5134D electric polisher, serial number 42559. Do not earth, double insulated, 240 volts, 155 watts. Made by Hoover, Australia, Meadowbank in Sydney. So this was made in Australia, made in Sydney, and it has been sitting on my desk for ages. So I finally, it doesn't have the cord on it because the cord got cut off when Dad picked it up. So it doesn't have the cord, unfortunately, but not a problem because I have a spare cord just here. This is a white ribbed cord for your pleasure. I have cleaned the natural bristle brushes on it, and they have come up lovely and clean, and they smell a lot nicer as well, so they're ready to go. I have taken off the bumper. The bumper's been off for quite a while, so we need to put it into soak. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. In you go, Mr. Bumper, for a little soak before I clean you up. Rinse out a rag. So we've got the handle, the two parts here. Now before I do anything to it, I need to swap off the cable. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to put the cable on after, once I've just given it a bit of a wipe over. Let me get some more cloths. And whilst that's soaking, I will get you guys a little bit closer. So you can take a look at what I'm doing. The microphone is here, so hopefully the sound is better. So let's just get you guys closer to the workbench. So as you may have seen next to me here, we have the blue Hoover shampoo and polisher. This is a British one. This was gifted to me for payment for a turbo power from Chris from the laundry centre. So go and check out his channel. First thing I'm going to do is just give these handles a bit of a wipe over. It's in really good condition for its age, and being transported all the way from Australia. Normally they were transported out to Australia, but this has come back just like Hubbylux. Can't even send them to the colonies without them turning back up again. Right, let's just give this a bit of a wipey. Looks like it's been sitting in the cupboard for quite some while. It doesn't look like it's had major use, so if it has, it's been pretty looked after. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a wipe over, and the foot pedal, which I assume, because I can't remember ever seeing one of these in operation, that seems to be the off, and then as soon as I do that, I think that's how it turns on. So I'm just going to give it a superficial wipe over for now before I get my polisher on it and the Hooverlux magic. Now the underneath of it, just a wipe over again, but it's a little bit dusty, so let me get old trusty Henry. There's Hubbylux in the background. Hello, Hubbylux.
Hello. Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh yes, please. Cup of tea. Who can turn down a cup of tea?
Coffee.
Yeah, go on. I'll have a coffee. Can I have a little bit of that caramel thing? So I'm just going to clean this a little bit for a few minutes. hubby Lux is working from home today, so he's taking a break and just offered to make a lovely cup of coffee. Can't go wrong, can you? I have never taken one of these apart before, so this will be exciting for all of us. Right, that'll do, little pig. Now, I assume to take this off to get access to the power, I need to take off some screws. Now I can see 2 flat screws and 2 thingy-majig screws. Will this take it off? I don't know, because I've never done it before. So let me go and have a cup of coffee, and then I'll come back and we'll take these screws off and see how we get on, because like I said, I have never taken one of these apart before, so this is going to be a first for all of us. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I got my cup of coffee here because hubby's gone back to work. Lovely cup of coffee. So, right, oh god, let's go. I've got a flat bladed screwdriver here, so I'm going to take off these 2 screws on this side. Oh, I washed that, by the way, and that came up beautiful. Look at that. Really, really nice. So let's take off 1 screw and a washer. Now I'm not sure if I have to take these off to get that off. I don't know. Let me get my big butch. Flat blade. I mean, that came out pretty easy. And that's a little cover that just come off, so that screws onto the cover, and I assume, yep, that's come off there as well. So I'm gently pulling. Okay, that comes off as well, I assume. It's come off that side. You can see into the gubbins. See if that just prizes off. Yes, it does. So that just prizes off. And now this should come off. Yes, it does. Ah, right, okay, it goes through the handle there. Right, okay, so that is what it looks like. Wah! On the inside. Little motor, capacitor, gubbins and dust. So let's get rid of the dust first. Dust, everybody, dust. Okay, I have to say that is a nice, neat little inside, all the little motor and everything, gubbins. That's really nice. Okay, let me take off this. Let me take off this. Let me take off this. And put them directly onto the new cable so I don't forget. So that goes on first. That goes on second. And that goes on third. Just twist it through. There we go. So that is that. So don't forget to put them on. Now I can see on this side we have a clamp. Holding that on. Where the bloody hell does that wire go? Appears to be another kind of clamp thing on this. Oh, they haven't made this easy anyway to try and change the wire on it, because maybe if I prise that rubber thing off, right, okay. So I can see the wires go into here. Now there's a little cover. Holding them on. And then I can see two clamp-like screws holding that on. And then that's the cable free, and then the cable goes through this rubber grommet thing. So that's the old wire off. I now have to feed the new wire through this, which is going to be easy. He says. Okay, let me strip these wires. Let me have a look and see how much it's showing on this. Let me get my clamps. look, but I found it eventually. Okay, so I need to strip off to about there. Not going to be using the earth cable. I wanted to use that cable because it's a nice thick cable. So let's cut off the earth, as so. Let's strip these. And let's put in 2 of these. Crimp terminals. Let's have a look. Yeah, these red ones should do it. So I've got 2 new crimp terminals to put on. One. Two crimp terminals put on, sir. Now, these crimp terminals are kind of big. They are the issue I have with these. But get them on. Number 1. Number 2. Now this little cover. It's not screwing in. Not screwing in because these tops of these crimps are kind of big and this is in the way. So I'm gonna have to snip the top of these. They've just disappeared to the other side of the room somewhere. There we go. Where there's a will, there's a way. So they are now held on. Next, I need to put this thing back up a bit. Hang on a second. I had to go back and take a look at this because the crimps are a little bit bigger on here, so I've had to chop off these two bits here and then try and manipulate this in so it all fits in fine, but it's done now anyway. So now I can put that back on. Now I can put this clamp back on. Okay, so that's the clamp back on it. Get rid of these little bit of excess wires. Close that box out the way. I'm going to put this like so and plug it in and try it. And it's pulling 129 watts. Okay. Well, nothing's exploded, so that's good. There we go. That's in the upright position. Right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this hood and wash it out, and then I'll put it back on. But I'm going to wash it out first and dry it. It's got a crack on it there, I can see. That's a shame. Metal logo stuck in there with some clamp things there. Okay, let me give this a wash out and I'll come back with you because it's a bit grubby down there. I'll do these at the same time. Back in a sec. This is now clean. Lovely Flymo orange. And the hooks, okay, that was for the front, that was for the back. Let's get this beast back together. That's the old little bit of cable left. I will keep that because you never know when you need a scrap of cable with these on it. Anyway, I'll keep that to one side. Now I'm going to put the top back on, making sure that that goes through there like so. Make sure this grommet fits in correctly. Gently work it on. There we go. Get in there, grommet. No cheese, grommet. Okay, we're on. Let me do these two back screws first of all. Oh, I can't. I have to put the front screws on first. What am I on about? Do front screws on first. One. One there. 2. So now I have to put these in, and that's what holds down this side. Yep, I need to put this handle on first. No, it's not. Oh, I know what I've done. Look, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Back off with this. When I was putting that thing back on, I was wondering which direction, and I just put it on, and sod's law, 50-50 was the wrong way. So I need to take this off again. Take the cover off, and this screw here, and this little brackety thing here needs to go on the other way, so it's got the longer one bit sticking out. Okie dokie, try it again. Perfect. Now that bit sticking out, I can put it on that side. Actually, hang on a second, that needs to fit into that little groove. There's a little groove there that this clips into, like so. There we go. So that keeps it upright. That one fits in nice. Now that one does too. Stay. Now I can screw these on. Oops, not too tight, Jesus. And then, there we go. Next, I've got to put on the bumper. Now this is the part that went on the front, like so. Trying to remember. Take this little bolt off. Is it that way? Does this go on and then the cover? I'm looking at the other one. And this seems to fit inside here, and then the cover goes on it, because this seems to fit underneath this cover, if you know what I mean. I'm looking at this one, and that is how it seems to fit on. So it looks like this cover goes on after the bumper and fits inside. Right, I'm going to have to dismantle it again. That didn't take long, did it? Okay, let's plug it in. Let's give it a go. Wow, that sounds so cool. That is amazing. I can't remember ever hearing the sound of one of these. And that is fantastic. Fan-dabby-doozy. Right, let's get the brushes on. One. Two. So we've got two brushes on. Let's plug it back in. Let's have a look what the brushes look like. That is amazing. I am so... Oh, why didn't that stay in? There we go. Push them in, clicked in. Right, unplug. Dankeschön. Now we have a couple of bits to do with it. So let's put that grommet back on the handle at the back. Like so. Let's put the lower cord hook, sorry, the lower cord on. Like so. And get the bolt through it. Okay, that's one. Let me push you guys a bit back and then you can see me put the rest of the handle together. Okay, so that's the lower hook done. Let me do the upper one. And what happens with this, let me just untangle the cable. Is that this goes like so, and then these clamps go over, hold the cable on. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's right, because that's where the dents are originally. And put this through the lot, and then use this then to you know what I'm forgetting, don't you? Forgetting the handle. Put the handle on. There. Now it fits better. I was wondering why it's a bit loose. Because you haven't done it right. Just make sure that handle's up correct. Screw that on. Hey! Untangle this cable. Oh, jeez. And just going to run a cloth over the cable. Which I probably should have done beforehand, but never mind. And let's clean this cable. Ugh. It's a bit manky. There we go. Wash, wash. I'm going to move the mat out the way. And I'm going to just dry the cable. And the plug, not that the cloth was soaking wet, but just anyway, just to dry it. Washy. Right. Plug it in. And let's have a look. It's really nice to maneuver. Goes kind of flat. It's not hard to push or pull. That is amazing. I am so happy to get this finally fixed. That is amazing. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear all my stuff away. I'm going to wipe down this top here, and I'm going to put some wax down, leave it dry, and see how this does for waxing the counter, which is laminate flooring. So let me clear all my stuff away, and I'll move you guys closer, and we'll have a little demo here on the workbench. So I just realised there's one thing I forgot to do. I haven't polished it yet. So let me polish it in fast forward, and then we'll give it a demo. So I've polished the polisher, that looks fantastic. I have wiped down the workbench, which is laminate flooring, and I've got some of my Antiquax liquid wax floor polish. That reminds me of Colombia, because the lady used to come and do the cleaning, and she used to polish all the floors, used to use floor wax that smells exactly like it. So I'm going to rub the wax on. Probably going to regret doing this on this, but there we go. So I'm rubbing the wax on, wax off, nice and evenly over the counter. And now I'm going to leave it to dry. It should provide a lovely coat. So I'm going to leave this to dry for 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll buff it off with the Hoover Polisher from Australia. Okay, so the wax on the table, which is technically laminate flooring, is now dry. So let's give it a buff. I'm going to do this side first up to the tape, and we'll compare it. Okay, that was fun. Sounded very nice. It's a bit patchy, as you can see, but it's definitely brought a shine up. You can see the reflection there. Make sure that there's a reflect. Oh no, it's not a reflection. It's a bit of a. If I take clean cloth. I'm not wrapped on this bloody floor wax anyway. It's not very good on laminate flooring, but it's definitely taken. I like it. It's not amazing, but for keeping your linoleum nice and clean and fresh for the neighbours when they come in, that's not too bad. Right, let's finish off. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry on polishing up this end. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was really nice to get this Hoover floor polisher. I think it's from the 70s, back up and running from Australia, now in the UK, along with this Hoover Celebrity. This was, I bought this from Sam. He had it as his vacuum of the month, and then we brought it up here, and then we got it working again with some parts from the old one. So this is now fully working. This is fully working. What we're going to do in a video coming up that I'm going to do next week is I'm going to clean the floor. I'm going to mop the floor, and then we're going to vacuum it. First of all, we're going to vacuum it, mop it by hand, put down some floor wax, and then polish it all off, old 1970s style. So we will use these two machines to clean the kitchen floor, which desperately needs a bit of a waxing, to be honest. So it's a good excuse to get them and demonstrated. So thank you very much for watching. I'd like to thank Sam for this Hoover Celebrity. go check out Sam's channel. A link will be below in the video description. Thanks to my dad, my mum and my sister in Australia for packing this up and sending it over for me. It has taken a long time, but it has finally got together. I've got lots of these kind of like little bits to do. In the meantime, I do have some other refurb videos as well to do, but these are kind of quick. These can take me a day, 2 days max, whereas the other refurbs can take all week in different parts. So it's nice to just to get some of these quicker things over and done with and refurbed, you know what I mean? So I can get them up in the museum and then get them used when people come and visit. So join me in the next video. Like I said, don't forget, please comment, like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification for when more videos come out. At the moment, they're still coming out every day, so just stay good your loins and keep watching and commenting. And thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.